Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? A warm welcome to everyone for the day two of RISE 2021. I hope you all are connected safe from your comfort of your home as we see some of the unprecedented time that is unfolding. Today, I'll be the host, and we have some exciting line of sessions. So grab yourself your headphones and get comfortable. So let me walk you through a bit about myself. For all the people who already know me, please give me a shout out and give me some love on the screen. I'm Deepa Narasimhan, and my pronouns are she and her. I lead the inclusion and diversity for 𝘊𝘰-𝘀𝘁, a market intelligence company, leading in ad tech and programmatic. The company was founded about 9 years ago, and the origin is based out of UK. So 𝘊𝘰-𝘀 today offers its clients products and services across media and analytics, and in the digital space and technology analytics. At 𝘊𝘰-𝘀, inclusion is at the nucleus of our culture, and I'm really proud. And it's been lovely to be associated with them for the last 4 months. Prior to this, I used to work for Dell Technologies, and I have played a various role with Dell. I was with Dell across 13 years. I've been part of marketing and communications, branding, program management, and for the last 5 years, I've taken the opportunity for leading diversity and inclusion full time. To look back, I started as a volunteer in the space of inclusion and diversity. I, definitely wear multiple hats. I'm not only a woman, I'm also women with a disability. I fall into this marginalized section of individuals where, we talk about neurodiversity in the workplace. I'm diagnosed with a neuromuscular condition, a condition which deteriorates all my muscles. And I'm also a dropout of school. I'm sure if this was an audience of, at a university, I would have heard a lot of whistles. I've done that in the past, talking to colleges about my dropout. And that, having said that, I've also had some amazing privileges. I've, come from a very well-to-do family, especially the financial well-being. I completed my graduation, through correspondence. Thanks to my siblings, they both were studying, and that encouraged me not to let go of my studies. And back then, I'm sure we didn't have Netflix and all of that, to kind of take away the attention. All I had was a book, and I had to finish my studies. And I also had access to technology. My first computer was in, I guess, 1999, right? So that was a great privilege, to have access to technology. And that's where I understood about my disability as well, or my condition, rather. This pandemic definitely, has captivated everyone into four walls for the last 1.5 years. But if I rewind my life, right, I was captivated close to 15 years, all my teenage, to my, until I found a job, I was within home, within four walls. That was purely just because of lack of access and awareness in the society. I had faced a lot of challenges when it comes to stereotyping and biases. So it took me a world to create, access so that I could, go ahead, find a job, have an accessible car. I traveled around the world, and everything, I changed it around me. I wanted to come back. I wanted to give back when I got my job and everything was happening for, in my life. As a volunteer, I wanted to bring awareness and build disability confidence within the organization that I was driving. I spearheaded the Disability Network for Dell. I became an advocate for assistive technology and enabling persons with disability onto the mainstream job. I enabled hiring diverse, people within the organization. I almost onboarded 300 plus candidates, across various businesses. That led me, to become a leader in the space. Today, when I look at inclusion and diversity, I look into that 360-degree framework of how do you create an organization where there is belonging and equity for everyone on board. So, having said that, let's get into the first session of the afternoon with Ramakrishna Sinha. Srini, co-founders of Pride Circle. I have a very, very distinct connect with the founders of Pride Cycle. They both, are amazing individual, and we three kind of share a same vision when it comes to building an inclusive ecosystem for all. I have shared same stage with Ram many a times, I would say, be it NASCOM or be it CII, and our friendship was very instant. We both share the same vision that the voices of the community should be heard and should be part of the integral part of the organization when we build awareness policy or hiring. Srini and I guess, must have kick-started as diversity leads within the organization. Back then, we used to get connected to see how we can build strategy and focus areas when it comes to D&I. While I was neck deep into building disability inclusion, Srini was an advocate, to say, in the space of LGBT. Pride Circles today has created a ripple effect. And if I recall, their meetups in the initial phase, that enable the community and corporates strengthen the vision. Pride Circles today, within 4 years, has spanned across 250 Indian and multinational companies. They have benchmarked each time when they come out with innovative and very effective ways to include and embed LGBTQ part of the organization's DNA. I have been a huge ambassador when it comes to Pride Circle, and I've always leveraged their work and their initiatives within my circle of influence. So let's hear it from the founders on what's in it for the store for 2021.
Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a fabulous day. I am Ram, co-founder of Pride Circle, and I'm joined by Srini. We are delighted to welcome you to day 2 of RISE, Asia's biggest LGBT plus conference. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well, staying safe, keep the mask on, and maintain the social distance. This is a difficult period of time, and we hope to get through this and see each other on the other side of the pandemic. I hope you had a really fabulous day yesterday. We'll take a quick look at key highlights from yesterday before we talk about today. It was a busy day. We had 4 keynote speeches, 9 breakouts, 2 reports, 45 speakers, and close to 500 attendees. Thank you for that. Give me a shout out in the chat box about your favorite speakers or the topics that you love the most, or even what they said. Give me a shout out. Yes, go ahead and type in what did you love about yesterday's sessions, or any particular topic or a story that stayed with you that made a difference. Yes, keep them coming. Thank you. On that note, remember to have a notepad and pen so you can take notes from today's session. Today is also going to be a very powerful day with a lot of brilliant speakers. We actually got a lot of feedback from yesterday, a lot of great set of emails and WhatsApp messages about the content, about the speakers, the stories, and the work. So keep that coming. That really helps us, and we definitely pass it on to the speakers. And also remember to network, because the whole idea of RISE is about building collective change. And that is possible when we all talk to each other, share our best practices, build a community, and collectively, it's easier to do anything collectively, right? So that's the whole idea of making this a collective, sustainable journey. Today is going to be power-packed. Again, a brilliant set of speakers covering a range of topics. And just to highlight a few of them, you would be hearing from Indian business leaders, the Indian approach to D&I. Then we'll also look at why it is important for organizations to talk externally about their work around LGBT plus inclusion, right? We have a lot of breakout sessions covering a range of topics with parents and LGBT inclusion, supplier diversity and LGBT entrepreneurship. We actually have a report coming up. I'll talk about that in a bit, and a whole bunch of other topics. You have the agenda, so you know that. So go ahead, mark your calendars, and ensure that you do not miss your sessions. And before we get into that, a quick sneak peek at what have we here planned for you at Pride Circle for 2021. 2021 is a busy year for us, and just a quick set of 8 programs besides the one which you're already doing. This is the spotlights. Equally, all of you are aware about it, and Srini will talk more about that shortly. The Ally Challenge, which was really phenomenal last year. We got raving reviews. The impact report is also available on our website. We are doing edition 2 this year. We are launching a Pride Chamber of Commerce, something which I've always believed in empowering the LGBT plus community. One of the routes is through gainful employment and hence the job fair. The other route is enabling LGBT owned businesses. The India Workplace Equality Index, we launched it last year with Stonewall and KSF, and we are back with the second edition this year. Actually, it's opening for submission right tomorrow. So please take note of that date. We have a bunch of fabulous reports and publications coming up, and we also did few this year. We'll talk about that. A very unique campus partner program and an even better tag program. Now, doing good just got better, and it also rewards you. It's easier to refer your LGBT plus friends who are seeking employment in inclusive organizations. Now, that itself is a wonderful thing to do, but we make it better by providing you non-cash exciting rewards for referring your LGBT plus friends. And this is on popular demand. A lot of organizations reached out for this, and there is now in the works Pride Circle membership. We'll talk about that in a bit. Now I'll welcome Srini to talk to you about Equally and other programs. Srini, over to you.
Thanks so much, Ram, for setting a great tone and tone for the day two. We are super excited to see the feedback and the comments. I promise you all that day two would be equally exciting and empowering. With that, I'm going to do a deep dive on some of the programs that we have lined up for the rest of the year. And starting with the first one, which is the Equally. We are truly, excited to the fact that we were able to put together stories of 45 allies from all walks of life who stood up, spoken out, and created safe spaces for the LGBT plus community, whether at home, whether at school or a college, whether at workplaces and in the society. This truly is a unique, I would just set of stories that you would possibly read from first-person perspective and really understand and empathize as to what it takes to be an ally. This particular book is both available in the Kindle and paperback edition. So definitely, I would highly encourage you to log into Amazon.com or Amazon.in and grab a copy. What we're doing in the month of June, the Pride month, is we are inviting 45 authors for book reading events at various spaces. We've already received tons of requests from companies to organize a book reading event with the authors for their employees, and whether at companies or whether at schools and colleges, whether with the parents groups, we are organizing them all. So do get in touch with us if you are interested and if you want to organize something for your employees. You would find the link on the slide. Do log in, learn more about this initiative and about the book and what the stories are. You would also find an interesting engagement called Ally Pledge on this website, www.thepridecircle.com/equally, wherein you can pledge to be an ally. And what those pledge are, around 150 people have already taken up the pledge. So I would encourage you to log in and read more and take a pledge. Besides Equally, Ram spoke very briefly about the Ally Challenge. It's a very interesting concept that we put together last year during the Pride Month, where we gamified allyship. There are a set of micro challenges that the participants can participate in. You can refer your friends to participate, and thereby you earn points. What it does is, this is open to everyone across the globe, and it is open for participation through your computers, through your phones, and the data is protected. So you don't have to worry about that. What we intend to do is we intend to create a holistic social impact. The challenges are designed in such a way that you not only create those conversations and speak about your impact at workplaces, but also at home. There are micro challenges that you could do, which is about less than 5 minutes on everyday basis. And then you can, start creating that change, the little nudges within your circles of influence. That's something that we have this year as well, very engaging. Last year, if you look at, we had over 13,000 people across 58 countries from 108 organizations participated it right from the comfort of their home. So you don't really have to step out. You don't really have to worry about, pandemic, but you can still contribute to the allyship journey. This year, again, we are coming in with a reimagined Ally Challenge, which would be in the last week of June. Last year, we did the entire month of June. This year, we have kind of reimagined it. And we are keeping it in the last week of June. More of it, you can log into the website. The URL is mentioned on the slide. You can read about it and learn more from what was the impact last year. There is a detailed impact report and what we are planning to do this year as well. The third piece of initiative that we are all looking forward to is looking at Pride Chamber of Commerce. We started small last year and year before that, but we are now truly mobilizing the entrepreneurship to digital world. We moved from a physical world to digital world, and I'll talk about, our journey in the next slide. But our objective and goal is to impact 1,000 micro and small businesses by 2025. We have put together a unique study and a report of the LGBT plus entrepreneurs in India. That's something that, we covered about 100 businesses, something that we are looking forward to publish in the month of June. And you would have the recommendations in that report for aspiring businesses, already existing businesses, or for that matter, how can companies and organizations contribute to this effort? And even for investors and funders, how can they come forward and help these businesses, whether in ideation, incubation, acceleration, or mentorship? So this is a great way to pay it forward. How we have done, we've been able to do a journey from 2018 up till now in terms of, studying the ecosystem, bringing these, 20 entrepreneurs at Rise Bangalore, Rise Delhi. We are also sort of engaging them with series of roundtables, series of discussions, and series of one-on-one mentorship. With the report, we are also going to launch the Marketplace 3.0. That's a big thing. But before that, let me talk briefly about what these 100 entrepreneurs or 100 LGBT-owned businesses look like. We've always sort of looked at, do we have representation from the community in tier 2, tier 3 cities? Yes, we do have. A lot of these individuals who've either managing the businesses as proprietor, or they're running the business on their own, or they are running the businesses in partnership with other people from the community. So these are majority of the ownership is LGBT owned. Hence, you would see that we have age group which from under 30 years and over 30 years of age. We are launching in the month of June e-commerce platform for all these businesses at a zero cost for them to come and sell their products and create an e-shop wherein they could have a much wider reach. The phase 1 is going to be available for India. Phase 2, we would make it truly international. So watch out for this information. We would be unveiling soon this information. With that, I would want to invite Ram to come to the stage and take us through for the next segment.
Thank you, Srini, for sharing about the wonderful programs lined up. And I'm super excited about the marketplace. Another favorite of mine is the India Workplace Equality Index. And we launched this last year. Despite being a pandemic year, we were able to meet our timelines and get going. So thank you so much for every organization that supported through, met the timelines, made the submissions on time, and just worked with us in those difficult times. Very delighted to say that 65 organizations participated in IB 2020. Organizations get a score based on their submission to the survey. It's a 9-section survey Vicky from Stonewall is doing a separate session where she's going into details about the various sections, how it works out, and all timelines. So definitely catch that later in the day. 21 organizations received gold, 18 were silver, and 13 were bronze. Do note that there's an opportunity to participate in IB anonymously, and it does not cost organizations anything to participate. It's a great way, a self-evaluation and reflection exercise for companies to understand how they are doing in various sectors when it comes to LGBT inclusion. And the additional benefit of participating year over year is getting a very good quantitative aspect of measuring how you're progressing. And the third benefit is definitely a great sense of benchmarking in India Inc. So we're super excited for this launch year and looking at more than 100 companies participating this year. So if you already participated last year, definitely continue. And as an organization, if you're thinking about it, it's for all kinds of companies. So go ahead and sign up. Actually, submissions are opening tomorrow. So for more details, you can reach out to us for that. We'll now talk about another exciting program, which is the Campus Partner Program. Okay, before we jump into the Campus Partner Program, a quick look at the organizations that got the various rewards. Can you have the slide, Srini? Yeah, thank you. So a quick look at employers. This is also, IB is also a great way of celebrating the good work that companies are doing. It takes a lot of years of persistent, consistent work to really build a culture of belonging in a workplace. And IB is a way of celebrating that for organizations as honor to, hey, they really stuck through and did the good work in terms of policy changes, engaging with the community externally, using social media and various other channels to make a difference. So this is a celebration, and it also helps an external stakeholder to get a very good sense of how a company is doing based on their IB band. So thank you for participating. The other area which we are very keen and excited about is reports. We do believe that there is paucity of data and metrics when it comes to LGBT inclusion. And in today's world, which is so data-driven, it really helps us to understand, to strategize better, to look at programs, the benchmarks, and how do we measure it, how do we really create impact. So we are really honored and delighted that we just launched Fostering Pride in Higher Education, a Road to Inclusion. This was in collaboration with the Boston Consulting Group and IIM Ahmedabad. You would have definitely joined BCG's breakout yesterday on data and metrics, which was fabulous, and that was with Open for Business. Now, so in this report, we found one really shocking data point that 83% of students find zero to support in their campus today. So it's a great alarm, but it also provides a great set of best practices. How can students and faculty make a difference in their respective institutions? Last year, through Practical Foundation, we also published a mental health guide report with 𝘊𝘰-𝘍𝘰𝘁 and interweave. Again, Maythri from our team gave a deep dive on that report yesterday. Download it from our website, use it, because the pandemic has shown us one thing, is at least the importance of mental health, how important it is to take care of not just your physical well-being, but also mental well-being, stress, anxiety, and how does that come when it comes to with intersection of LGBT identity. It's a really beautifully detailed report. Have a look, read it. And thank you, Verisk, for sponsoring the hiring best practices when it comes to LGBT plus talent, which we launched just yesterday. It's hot off the press. It's available on our website for download. It details out the entire hiring process, from engaging talent, attracting talent, the interview process, onboarding, and after onboarding to retaining. It's a very detailed guide. It covers all the topics. Go ahead, give it a read. It's available for download there. The other report which Srini talked about was 𝘋𝘪𝘅, a study of 100 LGBT plus owned MSM business in India. And this, we have got great support from McKinsey to co-write with us, and that has been amazing. This is in works and will be coming out soon, so keep an eye out for that. And the other topic which we are working on today is trans inclusion in the workplace. When it comes to, again, engaging with this trans community, from hiring, from building safe space, policies, culture, every single thing, everything you need to know how to support trans employees at your workplace is covered here. This will also be coming out later in the year. Both of these reports are also available. Sponsorship opportunities are available as an organization. If you believe this is something you want to support, please feel free to reach out to us for this. Yeah, thank you. Now, the next topic we'll touch upon is another really cool and like a really amazing program called the Campus Partner Program, and we're also doing an education summit sometime later in the year, September and October. uh, the report we did with BCG and IMA was an eye opener. Of not that we didn't know any of that existed, just verified a lot of our hypotheses. And we are now working with student cohorts through internship programs. The first one from May to June is already up with 50 students, and the next two cohorts are already blocked because people have signed up already. It's a wonderful platform for students to find collectives, get access to best practices when it comes to LGBT plus inclusion in campus, access to DNI business leaders from the industry, and really fast track that journey of enabling LGBT inclusive safe spaces. So look out for more on the Campus Partner Program and reach out to us for the Education Summit. The next program, which is I talked about, it's always great to do good, but we just made it better. TAG, which truly stands for Together All Grow. It's a wonderful way and a platform of a referral for LGBT friends. So this is open for LGBT and allies, right? Everyone has LGBT friends, and you please go ahead and refer your LGBT friends. The link is available, bit.ly PC/-tag. So go ahead, sign up, make your profile. It's very simple, 3 steps. You make your profile, then you refer your LGBT plus friends, and once they get a job, then you get rewarded for this. You get rewarded for the referral and the job, both of them. So it's a double bonus that way. And also there are tiers. The more people you refer, the better your earnings are. And so just go ahead, hit it, make up your account today, and do good. And the next program, which I'm going to talk about, is about membership. Now, a lot of organizations we work with on a varied range of things. And a lot of you are introduced to the universe when we launched it earlier this year for Rise. We did want to get away with so many emails we sent to you. So we have put everything together in a virtual platform, which you can access from the convenience of your home. And you get to learn about everything we do, the plan for the year well in advance, so you can charter your roadmap and find plugs of programs which work for you. It's also the launch of a customizable annual membership program for companies. There are 4 different tiers. Details would be shared soon. It's basically built in a way so that irrespective of where you are in your journey, whether you're just starting about LGBT plus inclusion, been there for a while, or you're really a champion and you're pushing the bar higher, irrespective of where you are, this membership provides a suite of offerings which you have the opportunity to pick and choose and build your own card out of. This membership is available. You can sign up at any point of time. It's valid for 12 months duration, and we're happy to talk more about it. This is actually based on inputs. A lot of companies reached out to us and said, hey, do we have some program which is around membership? And this is the outcome of that. So super excited about this. More details will come shortly. Again, reach out to us for this. With that, and this is a glimpse of things which you're doing, new things which you're doing in 2021. Everything else which we have been doing will stay on, and more. Not revealing everything right away, because as we said on day one, that our belief is action for inclusion. How do we really build impactful, sustainable strategies and creative programs that really brings value to all stakeholders, for LGBT people, allies, organizations, CBOs, and everyone? It's a collective win. So with that, Srini and I are delighted to welcome you again for day 2 of Rise, Asia's biggest LGBT plus conference. I hope you had a great set of learning yesterday and you continue to engage with the speakers, with fellow attendees, and keep posting on social media. The hashtag is Rise and Grow, and writing to us about your feedback and everything else. We are here to support you. And today we'll start with a really brilliant panel after this. So on that note, thank you very much for joining us today and wish you a wonderful day today.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm just trying to take a breath. That's a whole lot, Srini and Ram. Thank you so much for that exciting line of plans for 2021. I've made notes of a lot of things. Campus, I'm just going to partner with you guys. I'm going to partner with the 21-day challenge. And, if I just rewind last year, we did introduce the 21-day challenge or the ally challenge, right, into the organization. And it was so awesome that, every day we got mails, we, kind of engaged the entire community and allies. So we kind of built from 70, allies within the Pride ERG to 500. Sorry about that. Look at that. That's amazing, because I guess, we couldn't introduce allies, making them really clear about, what are the things that they can do, where are the resources like movies and books, and, keeping them engaged on what to do's and don'ts. I think the gamification of Ally Challenge is something that I love, and I'm definitely going to partner with you guys this time as well. I also recall the Arvani project. I'm sure, Ram is nodding the head, right? It was a project where we had these amazing transgender individuals come to our office, do their artwork and, share their stories. Sorry about my throat, which is kind of a bit croggy in between. Okay, so it was such an experience because we could hear real stories from the transgender community while they did these beautiful murals, right? And we could engage close to 1,000+ employees, if I'm right. So we should definitely look at those kind of engagement even through the virtual space. And once again, thank you, Srini and Ram. Look forward to partnering with you this year, and thank you, Pride Circle. So moving ahead, let's take a minute to thank all our wonderful sponsors. If any of you are in the audience and are from the companies, give us a shout out in the chat box. Show us some love and spread some word on the social media. Let me kind of give you the hashtags. So hashtag Rise and Grow on Twitter. You can also tag us on LinkedIn at Pride-Circle. You can look us at Facebook, which is Let Us All Rise. And on Instagram, it is Rise for the numerical 4 all. And at Twitter, at Pride_Circle. You could also tag me at Deepa Narasimhan. So show us some love. It's amazing. And I want to give a huge virtual hug and thanks to all these wonderful individuals from the organization who are championing this course and driving the change and building inclusion for the LGBTQ space in your organization. And as you see, all these wonderful companies that's showcasing on your screen, I know it all gives us pride that we all are part of this together in this journey. So keep us posted, keep us live, and keep the momentum going. Yeah. So, I just want to call out once again, spread your love, spread the word on social media. I guess it's an active way of showcasing your allyship even through the virtual space.